So today I'm going to bring you my favorite prospects from the last high school volleyball season. Y'all seem to enjoy the last video, so I thought maybe I'd do one for volleyball as well. But instead of doing a different video for the male and female category, I'm going to do them all in this video. The video will be divided in two parts, and we're going to start with the prospects in the varsity girls category, finish with the ones in the varsity boys category. Now let's get right into the video. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications for more videos like this. Comment which prospect we missed out on and what sport should we do next. The first one I want to talk about is Desalis Champion. First time I saw her play was in the Buzzer Beater National Championship in 2023, where she was an 8th grader playing varsity. Definitely a prospect living up to her height. She was the MVP of this year's JV National Championship, and she's now going to represent Puerto Rico. Last but not least, she's one of the tallest at 6'4". And all that can summarize why she's one of my favorite players in this category. The second player that I have to mention is Carla Sanchez, who's represented Puerto Rico internationally with the adult selection, and she played various positions this season, coming at 6'1" as well. She's more of a beach volleyball player, which explains why she's so versatile. She's headed to play NCAA Division I beach volleyball. Definitely one of my favorites this year. And another prospect that has represented the adult selection is Alana Gibber. What I enjoy most about her play style is her athleticism, her power, and she's only in the class of 2025, which means we're gonna see her next year. She also plays various positions, coming at 6'2", and she definitely deserves to be on this list. Another player who deserves to be on this list is Camila Soto, which is one of the most hyped up prospects in this list, but she lives up to the hype. She was probably the most important piece for Colegio Adianés this season. She's headed to play NCAA Division I as well. She's also represented us in the adult national team, and that whole resume explains why she is on this list. Speaking of hyped up players, we have Destiny Walker. Destiny Walker is also headed to play D1 volleyball, and if we had to make an all-star team out of all these players, Destiny Walker would be my team captain. Not to mention, her spike is just unstoppable. She's got one of the toughest spikes out of all these prospects. She's represented us internationally as well, and she deserves to be on this list. The next player on my list is Pamela Agosto, who has been one of my favorite prospects since the 2022 National Championship. She's also very versatile, having a very consistent defense, but also being a very athletic player with a strong spike. Definitely one of the most entertaining prospects to watch play. Speaking of entertaining players, we have one of my mic-ups, Isabela Nieves, and I don't understand why I posted her as a underrated prospect, because she's honestly one of the best setters out there. And although she wasn't playing setter as much in St. John's School this season, she was definitely a very important piece to the team, bringing a lot of energy. She helped them get their name out there too. Maybe because St. John's was an underrated team, I put her in that list, but I didn't know much volleyball by the time, so that's my excuse. But back to the topic, Isabela Nieves definitely deserves to be on this list. The next player on this list is a libero, and it's Nila Feliberti. Nila Feliberti contributed a lot to Adianés' defense, and she's very skilled as well. She was undoubtedly one of the best liberos on the varsity girls category this year, which is why she is also going to play D1 volleyball. Finally, we have Astrid Roman on this list. Undoubtedly another one of the best liberos on this category, but what makes her very entertaining to watch is her hustle plays, that no matter what, not a single ball is touching that floor. So she is also very deserving of being on this list. Now that's the list that I have for the varsity girls category. Now let's talk about my favorite prospects in the varsity boys category. Starting off with Dylan Velasquez. If anyone made in-season awards, then I would give Dylan Velasquez the Most Improved Player award, because the improvements from last year and this year are very noticeable, and he was without a doubt the best opposite hitter this season. The next player on this list is Diego Sanchez, who was carrying the offense and defense for American Military Academy the whole season and helped them maintain a top 20 spot in the rankings. He's a crazy athletic player, very good defense, and definitely deserves to be on this list. Another player that single-handedly carried the offense for their team is Giancarlo Martinez. Giancarlo was the X factor for Tasis Dorado this season, and something that definitely helps is that he is a left-handed player. He helped them win the Puerto Rico High School Athletic Alliance Division II, various other tournaments as well, and he deserves to be on this list. The next player who also carried the offensive end for their team is Elias Santiago. He is also a crazy athletic player who would go on to have games up to 31 points, and he has a 41-inch vertical. Another player that definitely deserves to be on this list. Elvin Gonzalez is the next player on this list. Not only was he a key player for San Agustin, reaching the Final Four, he was coming back from a tough injury and dominated the whole season. Definitely deserves to be on this list. Just like our next player, Lorenzo Rivera. Lorenzo Rivera was one of the best outside hitters the whole season as well. Played one of the most important roles in Bayamo Military Academy. He has experiences playing in the adult selection and in other teams as well. The next player on this this list also played a huge role on his team, and it's definitely Adrian Rodriguez. He was playing as center and outside hitter and was everywhere for Colegio San Agustin this year. Definitely one of the best players in class of 2024. Going to setters, we have Giancarlo Bo, who contributed a lot to St. John's offense. He has a very fast play style, to mention the chemistry he had with his teammates. Definitely deserves to be on this list. Next player on this list is Alejandro Perez, another left-handed player that was one of the best opposite hitters this year and contributed in every aspect for Colegio San Jose this year. He helped them reach the Final Four and is also deserving of being in this list. A player that has to be on this list is Ricardo Torres, who was the protagonist of one of the biggest upsets in the national championship tournament, beating the third best team in 3 sets. He was playing as an outside hitter, but he has very good defense since his main position is libero, and he's only in the class of 2025, so we're gonna see him next year. Now, to talk about middle blockers, we have to mention Mauricio Morera's name, because Mauricio played as opposite hitter this year as well, and was a very important piece for Colegio Notre Dame. He won a Player of the Week award and led Colegio Notre Dame to have a good season this year. One of the most entertaining players to watch is Adrian Calderon, simply because he's very all-around, a great leader, and without a doubt, one of the most athletic players. He contributed a lot in St. John's winning the Puerto Rico High School Athletic Alliance Division 1, and is another player that without a doubt deserves to be on this list. Next player on this list is the outside hitter Juan Aguayo, because other than leading Colegio San Jose to a Final Four, he was the MVP of the Caribbean Volleyball Championship this year. So he's another player that I can't forget to mention. Last but not least, we have Daniel Henwood, probably the best player on this list. He was also playing as setter and outside hitter for Colegio San Ignacio. He won the buzzer beater national championship and the Caribbean Volleyball Championship as well. He's now headed to play Division I volleyball for Ohio State University. He's represented us internationally various times. It's definitely one of my favorite prospects and has a bright future ahead of him. That's all for the list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and comment which video I should do next. You can also let us know what players should have also been on this list. And if you haven't watched the last video, go ahead and watch it. Thank you guys for all the support. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button with notifications so you never miss a post. And I'll see you guys in the next video.